You know, a great poet once said, "Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym." And men around the world rejoiced because they felt like their voices were finally being heard. Because you are absolutely right. Men built the world. They built the whole world, and the women factored in no way that I could possibly figure out. It all through history, women really never factored into any of the success of men. So I think we as women need to remind ourselves when, we get that feeling of like having needs or expectations within our relationships. We should remind ourselves that men are graciously allowing us to exist in the world that they have built for us, and the world that's so comfortable and so safe. We should be more appreciative.
Yeah, I mean, should is the key word, right? You get these ladies walking around at the moment thinking that the world owes them something and that every man should just bow at their feet. We are having a real issue in dating, okay? Both men and women are feeling it, right? And one of the main reasons for that is because women's entitlement has gone out of the damn roof. Okay, and now who would blame them, right? You got all these guys blowing up their DMs, calling them beautiful, giving them free attention, free validation, all this crap for their entire life, which, by the way, they just completely dismiss as a privilege. These girls out here dating at the moment, guys, it's not hard for them. It really isn't. They'll say, oh, there's no good guys around, I can't find a good man. It comes down to decision making. Okay, they're really bad at picking partners. I'll just say it, guys. They're really bad at picking partners. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be breaking down this particular TikTok, and as well, we might jump into a couple of stories if we have time. But to start it off, I mean, she made some good points there, right? We don't normally open up the videos with someone who's making some good points, but a lot of the times these videos are a matter of too little, too late. Okay, guys are pretty tired. I don't know how else to put it, but men are honestly pretty tired. Guys, before we jump into today's video, make sure you check out Locals in the description. It is totally free to join. YouTube is not happy with our channel at the moment. They have sent us a warning. For what reason, I am not sure. But Locals will be a nice space for us to go if anything happens. So guys, I don't know how long the channel will be around for. Okay, I don't know if it'll be around for a week. I don't know if it'll be around for 2 years. Who the hell knows? But I've set up precautions for us, so if you would like to come and join over on Locals, it's totally free, of course. There is also a support option if you're interested, but it's totally free to join over there, guys, and it's a community that we'll be building. And yeah, so before we crack into today's video, no, there was nothing else to mention, actually, guys. I think we're going to leave it there. We're just going to jump back into this, kind of break it down a bit before we jump into some other TikToks. And yeah, let's crack in.
Once said, "Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym." And men around the world rejoiced because they felt like their voices were finally being heard.
Yeah, okay, and where that comes from is you got all these men out here grinding. Men are out here doing what society has told them, okay? If you're a real man, what you got to do is you got to go to your 9 to 5 for 30 years and save up, get a mortgage for a house or buy it out. You got to get your white picket fence, you got to get your dog, and then you'll find the love of your life. After you put in all this work and you show these people what you're worth, then you will finally find your girlfriend. You will finally find the love of your life. And what men are coming to realize is, hey, people can skip a step, right? You got these girls out here having fun with guys in their 20s, and they're becoming single mothers and stuff like that. And what guys are starting to notice is, hey, once I've done all this work, the women who I seem to be able to, the women who are interested in me are single mothers or girls who have bad tempers or, just crazy and I'm not saying every woman is crazy or anything like that, right? It's like the way it works out is girls will choose a man as an option for security, as an insurance policy for their life and their terrible decisions that they've made up until that point. So guys are going, what's the point of getting married? What's the point of getting in long-term relationships when, one, I can be screwed over in the divorce courts, and two, these ladies are out here having fun with other guys anyway, and they don't have no damn house. Some of them don't even have a car, can't drive, all that kind of crap. But let's continue.
Because you are absolutely right. Men built the world. They built the whole world, and the women factored in no way that I could possibly figure out. It all through history.
and they continue to build the world. Okay, because men have to compete to survive. You want to be good at you want to be, you know, solid in the dating market, guys. It's like doctor, lawyer. Okay, men understand, and I've said this many, many times, men understand that your value has to actually come from something. Like, as a guy, nobody gives a crap about you by default, right? You want to open up about your emotions to people, ain't nobody gonna care. Okay, and I don't have an issue with that. I don't think my emotions or our emotions are anybody else's responsibility, right? I don't think that I couldn't care less about putting my emotions on other people and making it their problem. Okay, but what I am saying is that men have to compete. Okay, women don't have to compete. They just kind of exist, and they can choose the guys. The problem is they make terrible decisions choosing the guys. Let's continue.
Women really never factored into any of the success of men. So I think we as women need to remind ourselves when, you know, we get that feeling of like having needs or expectations within our relationships. We should remind ourselves that, you know, men are graciously allowing us to exist in the world that they have built for us.
And here's the counter argument that all the ladies are going to come back with, okay? They're going to say, well, how come I see all these girls in relationships and these guys aren't doing anything, man? They're not doing anything for her. She's putting up with so much crappy behavior for him. Men feel so entitled. And my answer to that is, it is in the selection of the men. These guys, the guys at the top who have the choice of the women, they will do whatever the hell they want. They'll treat the girls like crap. They'll kick them out at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. after the fun is had, okay? And now, am I saying that's right? I don't have a moral judgment on it. But what I am saying is, there are plenty of men out there who would give these ladies relationships, healthy relationships, but they just don't want them. Okay, that's the main difference. Here's how it works, guys. It's like, the people with options will treat the people without options like crap. You see what I'm saying? So what these girls who complain about, oh, men feel so entitled, it is the top 20, top 15. Most of the time it's shorter than that. Most it's like top 5%. The girls who are complaining about men who treat them like crap, what they fail to realize is there is plenty of men who will not treat them that way, but they just don't want to, quote unquote, settle. Okay, like I said, guys, it just comes back to the decision making of the partner. Okay, plenty of good guys out here. Like, we all know it. Plenty of guys who are out here, they care about their family, they care about their friends, good morals. But morals don't really factor into attraction, guys.
In the world that's so comfortable and so safe, we should be more appreciative.
Yeah, and again, you're going to have a hard time pushing that in 2021. I can already hear all the angry ladies, you know, looking at that. But we're going to jump into a second TikTok over here, guys, and see what this lady has to say. So I don't know which one I've pulled up, so this might be a bit of a rough one. Let's have a look.
On average, women take 5 sick days a year. Men take 3.5. And we take that extra day and a half because we're the primary caregivers of children and elderly adults. If you think that 10 hours a year means that women should be paid less than men, then you really need to work on your internalized misogyny, because that's really sad. And also, men take more vacation days than women. So what's the argument? I don't understand. Both are calculated into your salary anyway. On average,
okay, guys, we're going to address. I wanted to let that play through because I'm aware I think this video is a little bit quieter on your guys' end. But we're just going to quickly run through and address her points here, okay? Women do not get paid less than men. I cannot believe that we have to sit here, right? And you guys already know what I'm going to say. If you guys watched my videos before, you already know what I'm going to say, because we've been across every girl who will bring up this point on TikTok, right? It's like, oh, well, men earn more. You know the reason why men earn more? Because they earn more. It's not because they're getting paid more. It's because men are doing more work. They're doing harder work. They're traveling for work. Okay, they're doing all this extra crap. Guys, men work longer hours. Okay, like these ladies just have no idea how statistics work at all, and they think that they're getting paid less. Man, it would be so good, wouldn't it, guys? We would all be so rich if, hey, if you're a business owner, you can just employ the ladies for 0.8% of the price. Like, you know, 20% discount on workers, guys. That sounds fantastic. Like, these ladies just have no idea how numbers works. It's quite embarrassing, really. Like, this stuff, I'm pretty sure, again, I think I've said this a while ago, but since 1964, I believe, it has been illegal to pay someone different wages dependent on their gender. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. But like, man, this whole wage gap crap, oh, I'm oppressed, I'm oppressed. You're not oppressed, you just work less. Maybe not you in particular, but as a whole, the ladies tend to work less. And I don't care, guys, and it's a consequence of choice. It's also a consequence of what field they decide to go in. All these ladies want to join education and stuff like this. You got to understand, being a young teacher, what I mean by that is, you know, you're teaching young grades, young children. It's not going to pay as well as being a doctor, being an engineer. Okay, and those are fields chosen by men. So let's go through it again. And I'm pretty sure the video is quiet on your end, but we're just going to address her points real quick, and then we'll go over to the next one.
Women take 5 sick days a year. Men take 3.5. And we take that extra day and a half because we're the primary caregivers of children and elderly adults.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, right? It's like the ladies are responsible for carrying a child. Okay, so naturally they're going to take a couple of extra days. But you're really looking at the wrong stats here. Like you're looking at the complete wrong area. It's not just the difference in days, those days there that make the whole difference. It is a product of choice. Guys, if you have ever been on a university campus, I would encourage you to walk into any engineering class, count the number of women in there. Then go to any what would I call it? Like social work class, English class, you know what I mean? Like language class, stuff like that. Teaching classes, whatever. Go into any of those and then count the ratio of men to women in there. Okay, and what's going to happen is those people that go through that system, they're going to end up in different positions that pay different amounts. Like it's really not hard math, guys. Like they would earn more if there were more engineers, for example. Okay, it just blows my mind, man.
If you think that 10 hours a year means that women should be paid less than men, then you really need to work on your internalized misogyny, because that's really sad.
Yeah, guys, and of course we just have the language that makes absolutely no sense coming out as some sort of shaming tactic. It's absolutely beautiful to see when people can't understand statistics. So what they'll do is they'll try and the sad thing is she thinks that she understands what's going on, but she just has no idea. And I mean no disrespect to this lady when I say that. She just has no idea how statistics work. And that's a little bit sad, and I think she should work on her internalized misandry, but that's none of my business. Guys, we're just going to move on to the next thing here, and I'm going to see what else we have pulled up for us today. And, you know, it's always exciting going through these videos because, you know, they're in no short supply. I'll be honest, I think I yoinked these two from Mr. Replicant Fish today, so feel free to go and look at his channel, guys. Fantastic content creator. But these two TikToks I wanted to cover, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure they're both from Mr. Fish, actually. But let's crack into this one.
This message.
And I'm going to switch over the screens for us again, and goodness gracious me, let's have a look.
Is for all the women out there who are giving shit to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion for their banger WAP.
Yeah, guys, absolute banger. You know, that song, actually, if you don't know what she's talking about, it's a song, it's a very popular song. I would encourage you not to look it up because it is garbage. But, you know, that song was playing on a video that we recorded yesterday, guys, and I paused it, and some guy in the comments, I saw you, man, he commented, like, he was happy that we skipped the song, and let me tell you, it really is that bad. But you're welcome to go and look it up for the lyrics for some context, but again, I would encourage you not to do that, but let's continue.
If you still jam out every time Candy Shop comes on, or that Flo Rida song Whistle starts playing, but you can't get down to two bad bitches singing about their own sexual empowerment.
Yeah, guys, I love the language choice, right? It really makes me like kind of question where we're at as society, in society at the moment, when we call that kind of stuff empowerment. Okay, like if you guys watch any Fresh and Fit at all, there's an analogy, and I'm not going to try and repeat it because I'm quite exhausted at the moment. But you know, it's not empowering to go out and do this stuff. It really isn't. And like, I'm not saying that, like, if the ladies want to go out and they want to go out and do that kind of crap, I personally don't care. Like, they can do whatever the hell they want. But again, like I've highlighted many times, the issue that they're going to run into is, hey, you know, you want to turn around at the end of the day and you want to be a wife or a long-term girlfriend and stuff like that, and you're going to run into some difficulties then. Okay, because, you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The time in the sun will end, okay? And it's not going to feel so empowering when you're 40 and alone with cats. And I don't mean to say that to be rude to these girls. It's like, all I'm saying is, you know, your choices have consequences, and it's not as empowering as you might think. I look at videos like that, man, the music video she was talking about, WAP, right? And I just feel kind of embarrassed for them. I really do. I feel like secondhand embarrassment.
Honey, your internalized misogyny is showing. Better cover that up.
You know, I think I think I just realized the hashtag that Mr. Fish searched to find these videos. He must have searched internalized misogyny. That's something. You know that we're at a place in society when that's like a hashtag that's a big deal on this app. You know, we're really going places. But guys, I'm going to see what other stories we have pulled up here today on Reddit. It's always interesting to see what people say in their relationships, guys. Always interesting to have a troll through. But here's a fantastic one. Okay, let's have a look at the title of this, and I can't cut out the ads. Or maybe I could. Anyway, it is titled, "I Can't Stop Thinking About My Ex. My ex and I were together for 4 years. While I did love him, the overall relationship was not good. Lies, no trust, lots of hiding things, etc. We've been apart for about 3 years now, and I'm in a new relationship, and we just had our first baby. I love my boyfriend, and I'm happy with him. He's great to me, and here's the kicker, gentlemen. But for some reason, my ex comes across my mind daily. I know I don't want to be with him. I don't think about him in that way. I just don't understand. What can I do?" And this comes back to what we were saying earlier, guys, about the, you know, the ladies will choose relationships where the men can afford, and do, treat them like garbage. They treat them like an option. Those top 5% of men are treating the ladies how 90% of ladies are treating every man. You see what I'm getting at here, guys? So really, at the end of the day, it comes down to a consequence of choice, and it's really funny to watch these kind of situations unfold. If you watch my videos for any length of time, you will be able to spot this stuff from a mile away. And you're going to think to yourself, wow, I'm glad I dodged that bullet, because let's have a look at this, okay? They just had their first baby together. Now, I don't know about you guys, but having a baby together with a lady who quite clearly cares about her ex is something kind of concerning. This is why we say, you know, if you want to go out and you want to have your fun and your party is and stuff like this, guys, what's happening to these ladies is they still care about, like, they're still imprinted by their previous ex-boyfriends. Okay, so you're going to run into some serious issues down the line if A, he comes back in the picture, or B, she just continues to look for a guy who's a quote-unquote better option. Okay, and that's the risk that you run as a man in a relationship if, you know, if your girl has been around doing that fun, quote-unquote, empowering stuff. And I mean, let's just have a look at this, okay? I want to talk about this one as well. These ones are really short, okay? Let's have a look at the title here. "Asked my boyfriend, who's a 31-year-old male, if he wants to marry someday. His reaction made me feel insecure." Now, right off the bat, okay, the person isn't mentioning her age. So, you know, we can only speculate, but I would speculate that her age is possibly above him by a couple of years. But, you know, so let's just call it 33. Okay, so she's 33. She's well out of time. Looking to get that commitment from a guy that she can even remotely respect or, you know, be attracted to is like, she's running out of time to get the guys that she really, really wants. Those guys that have the options. You see what I'm saying? Like, if she's at 33, man, she's just... like, she should be realizing by now. A lot of girls realize late 20s, you know, that they don't have all the time in the world, and marriage becomes way more important to them. And you got to feel for this guy right here, and we'll get into this in a second. But this guy right here, he's the one that's going to face the consequences of this, okay? Because he's not her first choice. He's a tool to get marriage and kids. And I don't know about you guys, but I find that to be pretty sad. Okay, because he's going to be in that relationship and she's going to be saying, "Oh, I love you, I care about you, I want to have kids with you, I want to get married to you." And he's thinking, "Oh yeah, all my hard work's paying off. I got the house, and I did all this hard work and stuff like that." But this guy's like her 31st choice, and 31st is like, I'm lowballing it, guys, with the number here. Like, I really am. Okay, so I don't know, man. I look at relationships like this and I just think to myself, well, I wouldn't want to be in that position. Now, that's totally up to you guys if you share that thought or not, but just me. Let's continue. "We have been together for 2 years already, living together since December. This theme has never come up before, and I thought I should ask him. Does he plan to marry someday, or does he not want to? He told me that he does not know and he does not want to talk about it. I am so insecure and I don't know what's next. Yeah, the thing about this is that's a no. Okay, like you want marriage, guys, you want kids, secure that stuff early, and don't be going around with a bunch of other dudes. You can do that if you want, but you're going to run into a situation like this lady who's quite frankly run out of time. And I'd like to have a bit of a look at the comments here and see what people have said. I haven't read them yet, so we're going to have a read through together. Sorry, but why didn't you have this conversation before moving in together? Absolutely true. This was my exact question. Then I read the post history. You've been told your boyfriend is A-wordative and you were planning to leave. Him not wanting to get married is actually great news. So why are you still in the relationship? And that's a question we talk about a lot on this channel. This was actually what we answered a moment ago, guys, is like, unfortunately, they just stick around. Right? Because he's the top percent, or at least in her eyes, he's the top percent. So she can't afford to leave. She'll put up with all sorts of crappy behavior as long as she can be the one to have his attention. And we're just going to read through a couple more of these before we wrap up today's show, gentlemen. Don't bother. She's posted about this guy nearly 30+ times in 1+ years. She was told to run well over a year ago. She's just here to vent for validation, not actually asking for advice. Hey mods, can we ban this account? Kinda infuriating trying to give advice to someone who ignores it. At least with a new account and clean post history, I can at least be more empathetic. And this is a situation that's reflected well into real life. Okay, you get ladies who will come into situations like this, like the post above, and like you'll be sitting there as the here's what'll happen, right? You'll be that guy, you know, and you'll think to yourself, well, I just want to be a good friend. And she'll go, oh, this guy treats me like trash. He treats me terribly. And you say, well, you should leave. And she goes, yeah, I will. And then she never leaves. And then eventually the guy just stops seeing her and he just gets bored, right? And then the exact same situation happens again. Like this kind of stuff, I'm telling you, man, it's a cycle that they go through. It really is. It's just a cycle. This is a conversation that should have happened up front and certainly before moving in, but I realize that's a moot point. The big issue here is his refusal to communicate, but to be quite honest, it seems pretty clear. The answer, which is no. I think you need to figure out what you want. If you want marriage, you need to insist on having a discussion about it. If he avoids it or you're not on the same page, then it's time to acknowledge that you're not compatible and likely that the relationship has run its course. Shutting down isn't the answer though, and you shouldn't just brush it off. Good luck. He doesn't get to just not talk about it. It's important for everyone in a relationship to know where it's going. Yeah, guys, notice how relationships always have an objective? Very interesting, isn't it? At your age, after 2 years, you both need to be open to discussing the future. Do you want kids? Yeah, guys, we're going to wrap up today's video with that thought. I mean, this lady is still trying to lock down a guy, which you just can't afford to be doing at that age if you want to have a family and kids and, you know, and stuff like that. It's like you're out of time to be trying to get commitment from guys who aren't interested in you. And this is what will happen. These girls will get to this age, and then they'll take a guy and take him for his resources and his money, so that they can have their kids and get the ring. It's really sad, guys. It really is. It's just a giant cycle. But gentlemen, we're going to leave today's video there. As always, leave your thoughts and comments below. Share opinions and experiences you guys have. If you disagree with anything I've said, guys, feel free to do so. That is what the comment section is for. And as always, guys, we're going to wrap it up with the announcement, rehash the announcement. We are over on Locals now as well, so be sure to go and check that out. It's totally free to go up and join over there. And there is also a support option if you're interested in becoming a supporter for the channel. And yeah, I think we'll leave it there. As always, gentlemen, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.